Yo, what's going on? Yeah, today we're going to talk about Jedi Survivor. Um, with this game, there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to talk about, and but there's a lot good, a lot of really good things about this game, but there's a lot of bad about it as well that I don't think we can overlook. So, so yeah, So I feel like we should just go straight into it and talk about like the problems this game has and get that out the way first, and then we can go on to what I really liked about the game and all that, well, the great stuff about it. Because there is a lot of really good stuff about this. So yeah, let's get into it. So for the first maybe 9 to 10 hours of playing, I had no issues, no bugs or glitches whatsoever. It ran smoothly. It ran really well. Like it did run perfectly. But then this one boss fight happened, and when I beat him, that's when the problem started to happen. Here, I'll show you.
Give me my warrior's death.
Oh, what the Yeah, this game's bugging out. What the fuck? This game's bugging out like shit. Yo.
We should go.
Yo. Look at it. I'm sorry. That's supposed to be a serious thing, but what the fuck? As you can see, that was really bad. I just couldn't help myself from laughing at how messed up that was. But you know what? To be fair, that was the only time something like that happened. Like, it didn't happen whatsoever, like, before or after that I could remember. So you know what? That's like the one issue I can somewhat overlook. That personally, I can, but I don't know. Most people probably wouldn't. To be fair, and I don't blame them. But yeah, also I might have actually forgotten to mention that I did stream this game on Twitch. So if you want to see me, if you want to see me stream other games that I'm gonna be reviewing, go give me a follow over there. You know what? Might be worth it. But yeah. Anyway, apart from that, frame rate drops are probably the most consistent problem I had. I don't really notice frame rates dropping that much. So if I notice them, it's quite bad. It is quite bad if I notice them. It is very noticeable if I can see them, if I notice them. Yeah, I will say this now, because I'm not sure if it's a performance issue or not. But in the first game, it did feel like dodging and blocking was like a coin flip. They did feel quite inconsistent at times, and later on in this game, it started to feel like that. But a part of me feels like it was intentional because until about fairly late into the game, it like it was it ran smoothly. The game wasn't a problem. Like, everything, like, it didn't feel like a coin flip or feel like a 50-50 chance like it did in Fallen Order. So actually, I just noticed the gameplay. Yeah, I'm being dumb. You can see me being an idiot in this when I'm streaming. So go check that out. But yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. It wasn't until later on in this game that where we fight certain people. I'm not gonna say who because that does go into a bit of spoilers, and I will talk about it later on in this video. So I won't speak too much about it now, but it did feel like later on in the game it started to become a coin flip, and I don't really know what to think of that. I don't know if it's a performance issue or not, but I don't know who else kind of gets that. I don't know how many other people get that, but But I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so from now on, from here, I'm gonna talk about the story. So, there will be some spoilers in this part. So I'll put the timestamp like right here about of when I stop talking about story. So if you wanna skip it, you don't want any spoilers. Like, I don't blame you. Skip to this part. And if you don't, thanks for the watch time. But yeah. See you in a sec. I absolutely love the story in Jedi Survivor. It is solid. I cannot really fault it, to be honest. Like, I just love it. Every time I stopped playing and ended the stream, I couldn't wait to play it again so I can see what happens. I loved it that much. But yeah, so the game is set 5 years after Fallen Order. Yeah, 5 years, I know, right? And the gang has split up and gone to do their own thing. Cal here is still trying to fight the Empire, and Grease is running a bar. Merrin is traveling the universe, and Sid, I think she's like running like an archive sort of thing for like all like the Jedi stuff, like to try and preserve all like the Jedi Order and stuff. But they do kind of go into what happens between the group, like through the flashbacks, flashbacks to what happened in between Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. So at the start of the game, Cal is on this mission to find someone that is somewhat high up in the Empire with his team of mercenaries. With shocker, spoilers, the people on that ship are his mates. Well, unfortunately, that goes horribly wrong, and most of them unfortunately get killed. All apart from this one character called Bode. He's probably one of the newest characters in the game. He's an interesting one. A good character, definitely a very good character, but a very interesting one. Anyway, so since that went wrong, Cal wanted to find Grease, Seer, and Merrin and get the group back together so he could help him out, essentially. And when he found them all, he found Grease first at the bar he runs, and he found Merrin while trying to look for Seer. So when they go and find Seer, there's one character that I was very, very surprised to see, and that was Cordova. And that was quite a shock to me, because to be honest, I thought he was dead. I thought Cordova was dead, to be honest. We saw him in Fallen Order, but only through holograms, and I just assumed that he was killed with the rest of the Jedi Order. So seeing him alive in person really did throw me back a bit, because I honestly just did not expect him to be alive. Because this whole time I just thought, yeah, he was killed, like he just was. But yeah, to cut like a whole long story short, like I'm like skipping through quite a large part of the game. Well, most of the game. But yeah, to cut a long story short, the archive that Seer was at is attacked by the Empire, because here you go, Bode was actually a spy for the Empire, and even more of a surprise, even more of a surprise, he's a Jedi. Again, which I was really surprised, because throughout the whole time, we just thought he was a mercenary. we just thought he was, well, you know, like your average dude. So to find out he was a Jedi was a bit like, what the hell? Like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. So that was very weird. And it's weird that he could hide it. I don't know, but I think like other Jedis can sense others. So I think Jedis can sense other Jedis, I've always thought, but I think they do. I think they actually, to be fair, I think Cal did say at one point that, how did I not sense it? So yeah. But anyway, yeah. So the archive is under attack, like, and this is where we actually play as Seer. Again, another thing that kind of threw me back. I thought we were only ever going to play as Cal in this game, so when we played as Seer, I was like, whoa, we get to play as Seer. And oh my god, she's an absolute badass, man. She's so fucking badass. She's so OP. And playing as her was so much fun. It was so much fun. I loved it. Yeah, like showing how badass she is, and we're like owning it, man. Like we're like there defeating stormtroopers because, you know, she's badass. She's a badass. And then this other character came in that I was very, very surprised was in this game. I did not see this coming. Here, you know what? I'll show you. Look at this. Oh god, wait, what's happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh fuck no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And as you can hear, I was shocked. I did not see that coming. I was panicking. I was panicking so much because like, oh no, this, we are so screwed. And holy shit, we actually get to fight him. Like an actual boss fight, not like the last game where we did see him, he was chasing us. You did kind of get to fight him, but this was a full-on boss fight against him. And Jesus Christ, he was a hard boss fight. He was a difficult person to fight. Like, I knew it was going to be a hard fight. I was super excited when we actually started to fight him. Because I just did not expect it. I didn't expect we would actually get to have like a full-on boss fight against Vader. I didn't expect it. So when we did, I was happy that we get to do it. I was hella excited, man. But yeah, like, we do it. We do that boss fight. We have that boss fight, and God, this part broke my heart, man. Seer ends up getting killed by Vader. Vader ends up killing Seer, which broke my heart, man. It really broke my heart because I didn't realise at first that that's what happened. It wasn't until Cal came running into the room, and Seer just falls to the floor. I clocked that Vader stabbed him. I was going to say Staber. Whoops. It wasn't until that point that I realised that what happened. I was like, wait. I was like on stream. I was like, wait, what happened? Did I miss something? And then she started to fall over, and Cal just came running into the room. I was like, oh wait, Vader killed her. What the fuck? I was so thrown off guard. I was like, what? Because I didn't notice. I didn't notice that what happened. That happened. So yeah, that happened, and Cal gets mad. Cal gets very mad. He, which leads to him getting angry and using the dark side. Because he was angry, man. He was hella angry. And I don't blame him, because Bode was the one that betrayed them. Bode got Seer killed. Oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention that Bode actually killed Cordova as well. Bode killing Cordova was what started it. So not only did Bode kill Cordova, he led to Seer's death. And Cal was mad. Cal was hella angry about that. And he kind of did want revenge against him. So he went. So this is end game at this point. So they go and track him down because they gave him a tracker, and they obviously Seer, Mervyn, and Cal. Oh, so I said no, not Seer. Grease, sorry. Wrong person, whoops. They track him down, they go and find him, and because he's a father, he has a kid, so he's doing it, so essentially he's doing it to protect his kids, because they come to a deal where, because they know what he is, they came to a deal to protect him, so so he's doing all this because just to save his kid, like to make sure his kid is safe. So they go to find. They go to find him. So he's kind of ran away, kind of in hiding, and they go to find him. They say to him, "Look, just join us. We can protect you. We can protect your kid. We can do all that. But you just need to surrender. You just need to surrender. We will protect you. We will protect your kids." And he says, he's ultimately, he basically says no. And that's like the final boss fight. And again, that was a really hard one as well. That's quite a difficult one as well, to be fair. And yeah, like again, like that's quite a difficult one to go through as well, because again, his kid's not that far away. Because like a child's kind of wrapped into all of this, and it kind of makes it a bit more difficult. And so yeah, like that's essentially is the whole game, really. That is the whole thing. And yeah, honestly, I absolutely loved the game. I've loved what they did, and the story is quite a powerful story. And yeah, here is where I will talk about some gameplay aspects, some of the new things they brought in, and yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, let's get into it. I was going to say something else, so that's why I'll start. I think allow it. But yeah, let's talk about some of the new things they brought in. Let's go and do it. So probably the biggest change to gameplay was the stances. There's I think it's 5. There's 5 new stances in this game. There's single, which is obviously the normal lightsaber. The double bladed, which is a Darth Maul lightsaber, which is alright. The dual wield, again you get 2 lightsabers. The cross guards, which is the big lightsaber, that does heavy damage, and the blaster, which lightsaber and a blaster. They all kind of like specialize in their own thing. So like single blade is probably like the most the standard one, probably the most well-rounded one. Because all the stats are straight down the middle. It's probably the most balanced one, I think, personally. The dual wield is probably the best at like crowds. Like you sort of like, in like it's got a shorter range, but does really good against like multiple enemies at the same time. The crossguard is well, it does heavy attacks, but it's very slow, but it's good with it deals a lot of damage. And the blaster, again, that's sort of like the ranged one. Sort of like, obviously, you got a blaster, you can't do it with a bit of, but you can have like a bit of distance between you and the enemy. And all fun to use, all really fun stances to use. Personally, like when going through the game, I just used the single standard lightsaber and the dual wield. Those were kind of my go-to. So that's kind of what I went for. Obviously, I am going to play this again in my next playthrough. I'm going to obviously try and use like others a bit more than I did in this one. And the other one is like you get some new force abilities, which are again pretty cool. You obviously got the standard like you slow them down. Again, that was in the last game. It's got they got the push and you got the pull. You can pull them close to you. Or you can push them further away. Again, those are all in Fallen Order, so you kind of know what they are there. I think there's three that I remember that are new to this game that I don't think were in the first one, which was Confusion. Again, you can go full on like Obi-Wan Kenobi. You can confuse your enemies; they'll start attacking the other enemies, which is pretty cool because you kind of like you can be at a distance. You can confuse one of them; they'll start attacking them. You can confuse like a big boss, or not big boss, but two bigger enemies. If there's like two bigger enemies, like in this one area, you can confuse one; they'll start attacking the other, so you don't have to worry as much, which is really cool in those situations. And then I can't remember the names of them for some reason, but the other two was lift and pull down. So obviously you can like you focus on an enemy, you can lift them up in the air, which is pretty cool. And then the other one is you can then like throw them to the ground, so you can kind of like push them down on the ground. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Again, it's mainly for like the smaller enemies, so like sort of like the standard like stormtroopers and stuff. Like so the bigger enemies you can't really use them on, but it sucks. But this is fair enough because obviously like you obviously can't do that. But yeah, apart from that, again, like everything else is pretty standard. But again, they just smoothed it. They smoothed out all the most of the problems from the previous game. Like it feels like the whole game just feels a lot more solid. It feels a lot more fluid and not as janky as the last game. Because the last game, because Fallen Order did feel a bit rough around the edges a little bit. And you know what, I can kind of forgive it a little bit because it was Respawn's first Star Wars game, and I could be like, you know what, I could overlook a lot of those problems. And to be fair, I feel like most of those problems aren't here anymore. Oh no, yeah, I haven't seen the gameplay. They also have a grapple hook as well, which is pretty cool. I nearly forgot to mention that. Luckily, I saw that. They also have a grapple hook, but again, kind of with the level design, it kind of elevates the level design. You can kind of make some things a bit higher up, and again, another kind of like it's a standard feature. It's nothing like unique, but it does having something as simple as a grappling hook can really change the level design, which is really cool. But yeah. Anyway, all the gameplay aspects from Fallen Order have essentially come through to this game. So you basically have all the abilities that you had in the last one in here as well, so you don't necessarily have to worry about like learning them all again, because again, he doesn't need to learn them all again. Again, overall, it is a solid game. So it's very solid. It runs really well for the most part. No, it plays really well, sorry. It plays really well for the most part because, well, you know, they kind of got the first game to learn from. I think the first game was sort of like a learning thing. They kind of learned how to make a game as a first try. Then the second attempt, they kind of made things a lot smoother, made things a lot better. And you know what? I'm happy with it. It's overall it plays very well. It's a very fun game to play, and I cannot fault it. It is a solid game, and I would recommend it. So yeah, I think overall it is a great game. It is a solid game. I absolutely love it. I would personally recommend this to anyone who has a slight interest in Star Wars, because it is definitely worth playing. If you are considering it, I would recommend getting it. The only thing holding it back would be the performance issues, because it's really bad on PC. Like, I wouldn't necessarily recommend getting it on PC. But again, I will say this again. I am on PlayStation, so I don't really keep up with how well a game's doing on PC. So as long as there's still issues, I don't think I can fully recommend getting it. As long as it's still like game-breaking issues, I don't think I could ever say yes, get it, definitely get it. But you know what? As long as there's no issues in the game, as long as all problems this game has, it's been fixed, I would honestly recommend it. I would tell anyone to get the game because it's well worth playing. But yeah, honestly, overall, great game, but has its problems. But yeah, it has the problems you cannot overlook, and which is a shame because you can tell they put a lot of love into this game. You can tell they really, the people working on it, really cared about it. So yeah, that's gonna leave it there. So if you have made it this far, obviously like, subscribe, and again check out me on Twitch, because I'm starting to stream a load of like different games. You end up seeing me stream like upcoming games. There's Diablo coming out soon. There's Street Fighter coming out soon, which you'll end up seeing me play. And there's probably some more games I'm going to end up streaming. So if you want to see me play those games, go and give me a follow over there. And yeah, hopefully I'll see all you guys in the next one. And yeah, peace out.